What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another Airborne Elite video. What I want to do today is share this idea I have floating around in my head for a while now for a DIY inside the waistband sidecar style holster that you can put together yourself. So I decided I wanted to do this little experiment to see if I can gather all the different pieces online and create my own sidecar style holster. But before we go any further, just want to let you know that all of these firearms are clear and safe. All of these magazines are empty. They are just here for show. This video is for educational purposes only. There's no ammunition in this room. This is an extremely safe environment, and I do not promote the sale of firearms. So now we got that out of the way. Just wanted to introduce you guys to this little idea I had. It all started with inspiration from this little Frankenstein setup that I have here. This started as a T-Rex arm sidecar holster, but I decided to take the sidecar holster off because I wanted to just run the T-Rex arms holster by itself because I just didn't like the way that their magazine holster poked out and the way that it folds. So I saw this other company online by the name of Hellhound Arms. They make an incredible product called the Apollo. So this comes with their holster and also their magazine holster. I decided to go back to the T-Rex arm holster because I just like the way that it holds my Glock 19 with my TLR7 light. But I do love this plate here, and I love their magazine holster as well. So I kept that on there, and I did swap out to the T-Rex Arms discreet carry concept clips. So I've been running that for a while and I really enjoy it. So I wanted to create more setups like that. But as you guys know, these things are very expensive. They can go from $150 to $200, and that adds up a lot over time if you want to set up different rigs for different guns. So I decided to run this little experiment to see if I can gather all the different pieces online and create my own setup to save some money. And I got to tell you guys, you save a lot of money by doing it this way. So what I did was I went with the Hellhound Arms Apollo hardware kit, where you can just buy this plate and the necessary screws that come with it to attach everything to it. And I got two discreet carry concepts, 1.75-inch clips. Discreet carry concepts makes the best clips. If you buy a holster that comes with a plastic clip, take it off and put those on. Trust me, you'll thank me in the future. I then got this holster on Amazon by a company by the name of Gun and Flower. This is their inside the waistband holster with claw. Comes with this great claw to help snug that weapon in closer to your body. This will take a Glock 17 and a Glock 19. If you're going to go with another holster like this, just make sure that it has the holes on the front to attach to this kind of system. I also got these two magazine holsters here from Amazon. Now I got to let you know, when these things come in, they're going to be extremely tight for Glock magazines. All you got to do is hit them with a heat gun, insert a magazine in there, and once they form to the shape of the magazine, you'll be perfectly fine. I also decided to get this butterfly extender here by another YouTuber by the name of Mo Tactics. He makes some incredible content. He makes an incredible product. Please go check out his YouTube page. He's doing some really great things out there. So I'm listing the prices to all of these different products. What we're going to do is tally it up, and you're going to see that you can save a ton of money in comparison to buying a pre-made system. It's almost half the cost. Now, if you want to go with this Mo Tactics butterfly adapter, it is going to add a little bit of money. But if you just want to go with a regular one magazine setup, it'll be almost half of the price. Since everything that I do here is mostly focused towards competition, I wanted to have that extra magazine, so it'll add a little bit to the price. But you can also carry it like this if you want to. I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. It'll just add a little bit to the cost. So let's get into some range footage to see how this thing performs. So what is up, y'all? Now we are in the lab. It's time to put this experiment to the test. As you can see, the DIY sidecar holster conceals extremely well. You can barely see it in there, considering the fact that I have a full-size Glock 17 and two Glock 17 extended magazines in there. Presses up nicely against the body, feels very comfortable. Take a look at what I'm running. It's gonna be the Glock 17, that stipple grip. Got two Glock 17 extended magazines in there. Got that Hellhound Apollo adapter plate and that Mo Tactics butterfly extender. So far, it feels extremely well. I think it's gonna be great for competitions. I really got this set up for IDPA. I also plan on running it in USPSA as well. I wanted to start getting into IDPA, and as you know, with IDPA, you got to run from concealment. So I think this would be a great rig for it. So let's go put it to the test, see how it goes. So right now I got a USPSA target about 7 yards downrange, just trying to get an idea of how I would feel when I'm getting those up close shots in competition. So let's run it, see how it goes. So that was a 7.66 for 6 shots. First run, as you can see, is all alphas and 1 Charlie out of 7.66. Not bad, felt pretty good. I gotta say, the hits were hitting the way I wanted them to. This next run, I'm gonna try to pick up the speed. So that first run went pretty well. This one, I'm gonna try to pick up the speed a little bit. So let's get it. Load and make ready. So that run was a 7.78. Try to pick up the speed a little bit. Looks like I got a couple Charlies on that one though. Let's bring it back, see how it went. So on that run, I got mostly alphas. Looks like I threw two Charlies and 1 Delta on that one. So definitely got to tighten that up. So with that run, I was trying to move a little faster. I ended up throwing a few shots out of the alpha zone. But I'm gonna try to pick up my speed and also focus on tightening up those groups, keeping them in that alpha. So let's run it. Let's make ready. So that run was a 7.12. Looks like I did throw a couple Charlies on that one, but all in all, felt pretty decent. Let's bring it back, take a look, see how it was. So out of that last string, I did throw 3 Charlies, so that's about 50% out the A zone. Definitely not what I was looking for. Definitely need to tighten that up. Let's run it again. All right, so let's run that again. Definitely try to tighten up those groups, keep them all in the A zone. So let's make ready. So that one was an 8.47. I got hung up on a couple of those reloads there. Let's bring the target back to see how the hits were at least though. Definitely not happy with that one. Definitely got to tighten it up, get my motion down better on that one. Even though my speed wasn't too great on that one, I did get hung up on the reloads. My hits weren't too bad. That's a line break, so that's still an alpha. And it looks like I did throw 1 more Charlie on this side, but aside from that, everything else was in the alpha. So I definitely wasn't too happy with the reloads on that last one. This one, I'm going to try to tighten up those reloads, still focus on my speed and my accuracy. So let's run it again. Let's make ready. So my time on that was unfortunately a 9:31. I was definitely slow, got hung up on those reloads. After running this new rig, I realized I got to work on dry firing with it to get more used to drawing that extra magazine out and the way the magazines are placed. But so far I like it. I definitely just need to dry fire it more to get more accustomed to it. But it's definitely smooth and fast. I love it. That run was all alphas. It was slow, but it was accurate. Let's run it again. So let's speed it up, work on those reloads. Let's make ready. That was a 7.55. Looks like I got all alphas and one Charlie. Let's take a look. So that last run was a 7.55, all alphas, one Charlie. So all in all, I say that today was a success. The experiment worked out the way that I thought it would. The holster was great. If you're looking for a less expensive option for a gamer rig to get you into drawing from the waistband and competition, I would definitely recommend it. So thank you for tuning into another video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We out.